implications, right, that we are mentioning here. So for today's panel, the questions I gonna approach. I have this conversation with both Mr. Ming and Mr. Guan to clearly see how different perspectives to bring in. So for Mr. Guan, it will be more about construction, especially he worked with a lot of investor groups, construction site for hotels and resort development. While for Mr. Ming, it will be more about infrastructure development, green energy, and also like transportation. And he's gonna bring in more perspective also from the destination and work with the government, right? With that G that we have there. So the very first question for both of you is there a disparity in how various investor groups in Vietnam are weighing the importance of sustainability in their portfolios, like different preference for different investment groups?
My company and especially myself, we've been in infrastructure development with Japan for nearly 30 years, and we witnessed the development of infrastructure. We involved in international airport building and thermal power plants in 1990 later. And now not only Vietnamese company and Japan company, but other part of the world, they express the goal of ESG. So ESG, I think in the Vietnam community, not so many really realize and perform well, because many factors. We are a developing country, and Vietnamese company, we also try to develop or learn from the developed country. And of course, my colleagues here, he know well that to enhance this thing, it costs, it create a big cost. So how we harmonize between the cost and the performance of ESG. We need a lot of support from international fund and organization, and also from the government side, and even our government also, they have to learn a lot about this concept. So it's challenging somehow, and interesting for business like us to perform and to advise, also to share experience to others.
When I discuss with you, I know that 90% of the investor group that you work with, they're actually coming from Japan. So this is also like the certain market preference. Because, for example, in the study, if you look over the time, right, ESG is the emerging model, if you have to say it correctly, right? Because even in literature, in the research world, academic world, it's also a lot of criticisms. Certain markets actually criticize a lot of ESG models as well. But before that, you also have triple bottom line, which also a lot of criticisms about that. So it's all coming back to the actual practice, right? And it's being emerged and adapted, depend on the markets and the sort of culture. But in this case, the expectation coming from a certain origin of the investor groups. So
yeah, especially for Japan.